I'm going to talk to Philip, who is calling in from Germany. Philip, you're live on Truth Wanted. What's up?
I know this person, I think. Hi, Philip.
Hi, so does Dan. I was just figuring out the delay. Oh, I'm super fine.
Good. I don't think I've heard your voice. Maybe once. I know this fellow. Philip, if this is the same, well, go ahead and ask your question, then maybe I'll give a little backstory. How about that?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. So Anthony kind of, I don't know, baited me into calling because he...
That's not fair. I didn't bait you.
No, it's fine. I kind of thought about what to talk about, and because I wanted to call in, but I didn't want to just ramble on because it's sometimes what I like to do. So just thought about another topic, and now today, just on occasion, right before the show, like 1 or 2 hours, talked about Friends, and we talked about the Roe versus Wade case, and we also talked about, and I'm not going too deep into politics here, so I'm not forcing you to say anything. But we also talked about abortion in Germany and there, and at some point just got into how to reach the people on the other side, just in the case of abortion and maybe also in the case of COVID and whatever not. And there was like few of my friends who they were like, okay, but those people, like, they're just stupid. And it was like, I don't know how to get them and how to get to their point. And I just can't understand their point. They were literally like pretending like there was no way one could believe that point. Like one could believe a fetus was a person, or one could believe COVID conspiracy, whatever not. So the more we talked about them, the more I basically tried to explain to them how, starting from a different perspective, you could believe this stuff. And the only way to like get to them is not presenting different facts, but to go like to the level before that. And just by random chance, I started getting more and more into explaining what epistemology is to them, and studying street epistemology. And talking about street epistemology with them. And it was just so funny because the more we talked about them, the more they just seemed to kind of agree. And now thinking about it, I realized that especially with several of the conspiracies that are flowing around, it might be like completely unavoidable to reach those people, because if you're so deep into some kind of, I don't know, niche area where every information you get is already like colored so heavily, it might be impossible to reach you with data, and you need to get back like to the base level of how to evaluate.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what's your thoughts on that.
Well, I don't know the limits of human psyche. I don't know what is and isn't possible for people to come back from, if that makes sense, right? I don't know what the threshold is for us to like definitively say, yes, this person is going to be stuck in this belief and you can't possibly bring them out. I'm not sure. I'm sure that's true for some people. I wouldn't doubt that it's true for some people. I do doubt my own ability to judge that, because people can be very, very surprising. There are people who commented on my video when I was Christian who said that I was stupid and they couldn't understand why I was the way that I was. And here I am. So people can surprise you. And I wouldn't doubt the capacity of people to change their mind, personally. I do think it's harmful for discourse when we say, oh, these people are stupid, these people are trash, these people aren't worth your time, because those people do vote, right? So like, as long as they have that ability to change public policy, they're part of the influence, they're part of the culture. And so are they going to be harder to change minds on certain topics? Yeah, probably. But I think kind of like per our last conversation here, maybe the approach isn't to go so deep in the weeds on particular issues that you feel passionate about, but maybe it's about having that discourse about epistemology and about those narratives of how people come to their beliefs, those methodologies, and evaluating what works there. Because for a lot of people, again, these aren't casual conversations that they have with friends and family, especially if they're part of an extremist organization that feels the same way that they do about everything, and it becomes an echo chamber, right? It becomes they're less likely to encounter and have conversations like that. So I still think, even with the people who you think are so far out there that they would never change their minds, you should at least try. Because are they going to change their mind in a single conversation? No, but again, you'd be surprised with how far people have come in changing. There's plenty of stories.
Just for clarity, I wasn't saying that like I can't change their mind. Just for some people, it seems like everyone is so focused on like a chain of 5, 6, 7 different premises. And they just argue from there, but both parties do that with completely different premises, and then just doesn't make any sense.
It's always easier to it's easier to throw out bullshit than to deconstruct it, right? Like somebody could throw bullshit out for 2 minutes, and it could take an hour to explain why that's wrong, right? Like that's always going to be a problem. But I think that goes back to, well, maybe it's not about talking about the individual points and more going towards what's surrounding that bullshit. What's the base of the bullshit here, and what is the underlying implications of believing in that bullshit? So
I just want to add real quick, like I'm still stuck on what you said at the start, like your friends didn't think that it was even possible to reach these people, and that could be maybe, I think that's kind of what you're saying. Correct me if that wasn't what you're saying, Philip. But it's possible that they were engaging with people with whom they disagree using a different approach, and maybe they weren't even aware that they can use a questioning approach to make a little bit of progress. And one thing you could try, I don't know if it crossed your mind, but you could actually use SE to explore their views that these people are unreachable. And you can possibly even do some role play. Like, would you want to pretend to be the person who you think is unreachable, and let me try to engage with you? Now, you don't get a really accurate view of a person if you're role playing, right? It's just a representation. But it might be just enough to sort of demonstrate that maybe there is a way to get through to people, and you can teach this to your friends to do. I just wanted to add, Philip has been helping me improve the audio on my videos for years, and I'd mentioned to him that I was going to be on Truth Wanted, and
oh shit,
I suggested he call in because I think he really likes you, Dan, and Essie as well.
Well, that's nice.
I also asked Anthony if I wasn't calling, that he could ask you when the new Truth Wanted song's coming out, but never mind.
I forgot about that. I guess Philip's like he's a mixed guy.
No. Then knows what I'm talking about. It's okay.
Yes, I know. Talking about Philip.
No, don't worry. No, don't worry.
Well, that's a conversation for behind the scenes that involves emails. So definitely email me on that, and we can go from there. But anyway, Philip,
don't worry.
I think that's all the time I want to give for this particular call, because we still got some other ones.
Last, like really quick, last one.
Real quick, Philip. Real quick.
Yeah, really quick. When I started talking about it, I just realized like it's super weird how, if you explain SE to someone else, it might sound a bit cultish and weird, because I was like, hey, there's this guy online who's like really great, and he has discussion techniques, and he is like this, and it's called epistemology, and it sounded like I was talking about a pickup artist or some guru or something.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But okay.
Criticism.
Don't want to hold you off too long.
Thanks for spreading the word about SE, even though it might creep a few people out.
Right. Thanks so much, Philip. Appreciate you calling in tonight. But yeah, that could be, I guess that's anybody giving advice on the internet these days, right? Well, I guess no, because it is more, because like SE is about talking to people, and those pickup artists are all about like how to get laid, essentially. I mean, that's their goal there. But yeah, not the same thing. Definitely.